Hello there and welcome to the Open News, the somethingly show where we cover all things tech, open source and Linux. In this episode we'll be covering Mozilla's recent forced installed add-on, Apple lying about its scummy business practicing, and Ubuntu frying some laptops. All that in this episode. Stick around. Well, for the first story we have Mozilla says it's raising privacy awareness by violating privacy of users. Now, I'm not going to go in depth on this one since you've probably heard all about it. If you want a fully in-depth video, I'd point you in the direction of Brian Lunduke's video on this topic. But anyway, here's the news story. Yep, indeed, the guys at Mozilla just made a huge mistake. Forced installing a browser add-on to promote some TV show. I can't begin to tell you how much of a stupid mistake that is, and it's kinda sad to see because Firefox is such a good browser. Anyway, I digress. Apparently people started finding out about this last week on Reddit. An extension called Looking Glass had been forcibly installed on users' browser without permission. To make matters worse, the add-on had the vague description of "my reality is just different than yours," which sure enough had some users worried, because without an explanation, this looks like malware. And honestly, this does fit the bill for malware. It was forcibly installed without permission and has the function of an advertisement. Mozilla did make a statement on this. I'll have it up on screen now, but honestly, this is ridiculous regardless of justification. This goes beyond advertising a show. This is an add-on that was forcefully installed without telling the user that changes the way users see the web. So what am I doing about this? Not using Firefox anymore, that's what. The two go-to browsers for people who want to ditch Firefox seem to be Waterfox and Brave. Both are brilliant browsers, but honestly Brave is more to my taste since it blocks trackers out of the box. Also, if it's good enough for DuckDuckGo, it's good enough for me. Although both browsers are absolutely brilliant and I would recommend them both. Right, well, next up we have Apple's iPhones slow down to tackle aging batteries. Oh Apple, will you ever change? Basically, in short, Apple are now claiming that the reason the iPhone slowed down with age is to save battery. True that underclocking the phone would keep the battery life consistent despite the degradation of the lithium-ion battery. However, doing this without informing the user, or even allowing you to turn it off, it's kind of shady honestly. Almost seems that sometimes Apple is thinking its users were born yesterday. Apparently some users have found that replacing the battery does bring the speed back up to where it should be. Which, yeah, wow, that's nice of you, Apple. You can get a third-party shop to do that or replace it yourself. It's not like this could be a way for Apple to make money selling you battery replacements. I mean, they don't even offer battery replacements. Oh, wait. And now for our final story. Ubuntu 17.10 download link has been removed as it bricks some Lenovo laptops. Yeah, that's not great. Probably something that should have been ironed out during quality control, but at least they pulled the download, which is probably the best course of action until they can find the issue and fix it. Now, users have been reporting various BIOS issues, such as not being able to change BIOS settings, not being able to boot from a USB, and other assorted BIOS issues. Now, why is this happening? Well, apparently it's been narrowed down to an Intel kernel driver. Disabling it seems to fix the issue. Now, in the meantime, what do I suggest you do? Well, if you're currently running Ubuntu 17.10, it might possibly be a good idea to go elsewhere if you can, such as the LTS of Ubuntu or some other Linux distro. If you haven't installed Ubuntu 17.10, I wouldn't really recommend it, which is still possible to try because you can actually still get Ubuntu 17.10 by torrent. Finally, if you're affected by this issue, I would try disabling the Intel SPI drivers from the kernel, if not wait for an official fix of some description. Although I must admit this is one serious bug and I hope it gets fixed as soon as possible. Well, that's it for this episode of Open News. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.